everybody. It's Dave, Blue Jacket 66 here for a real quick video. Caden's here with me. We're really excited about going to the National next week. We will see you all there. Currently, I'm in this quiet safety deposit box room getting a few cards out for a couple reasons. One is a few of my fellow YouTubers kind of requested that I bring this card or that card so they could see it. That's all part of it, is sharing cards, and they're in these boxes and whatnot, but it's fun to handle the cards. So more than happy to bring a few cards for people to enjoy themselves. The other reason is SGC is going to be there, and I'm super excited about getting a couple things reholdered. I have some older SGC holders. I have some ancient SGC holders, and some of them actually are cracked a little bit. So I've kind of looked through things, and some of them I just, I don't want to send through things through the mail. That's why I'm excited about SGC being there. You hear, oh, can't you wait 2 weeks to get your card? No, I can wait 2 weeks, but I don't want to send valuable cards through the mail. So I'm excited that they're going to be there so that I can bring them there in person and pick them up at the show. Still, there's some cards that I just don't want to travel with, and so they will always remain in older holders. But I got a couple here that I am going to reholder. One is my orange borders Cobb. Can you focus in on that? It's in an older holder. Going to get that reholdered. And the other is my Collins McCarthy Joe Jackson, which is in a newer holder. But it's both sides are cracked down here, so I want to get that fixed. So those are for reholders, and then I'm getting a couple out that I'm just going to bring for fellow YouTubers to enjoy. And if you got any cards you want me to see, bring them. I'll be happy to take a look at them and ogle them as well. So my thoughts on the National are really just there to have fun. I'm going Wednesday. I'll be on the floor Wednesday. And we're driving, luckily, from the St. Louis area, so we'll drive in and then we'll leave Sunday morning. So that's plenty of time for us. My general thoughts on the National is the old standby, seeing friends, and that's really part of it. I really enjoy walking the floor and just looking around. I honestly very rarely buy things at the National. I either don't find stuff or it's expensive, and there are some fantastic auctions coming up in August. Robert Edwards auction, summer auction is in August. Heritage Premier auction is in August, and Memory Lane has an auction going off in August that is really Ruth heavy. So I am not inclined to buy anything of much expense at the National, but you never know. I can think over the past 5 or 6 years, cards I've passed on. One was a Warsh Cigar Ruth, which I've subsequently purchased at a significant percentage increase from what I saw it at the National, 5 years ago. Also at a National, maybe 3 years ago, there was a E94 Thai Cobb with a blue background that I tried but couldn't get. Those are kind of my two regrets, and that's just over the last 5 years. So you'll see fun stuff, but it's not all there. The good stuff are in these major auctions. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. So I would recommend that for candy shopping and eye candy is you drop by these major auction houses and look in their displays, because I'm sure they will have some display of some of the cards they're going to have in some of these upcoming auctions. But you never know. You never say never. Hopefully I'll find something I really like. I am going to dig in here and bring a little bit of cash. I know Caden will have cash. He's looking for, what are you looking for, Caden?
Basically any decent Pokemon cards, at least.
Pokemon? Any sports cards?
Maybe.
Tom Brady?
I mean, I'm not really sure.
All right. I guess on my want list would be E98 Matheson. I have the blue, and I have the green, and I need the orange and red. I've been working on this for 7 or 8 years or so. Matheson E98s are really expensive because they just did not, they're not found in the numbers. So now, since we're in this, I thought, oh my gosh, well, I'll do one of these top five cards. So I think I'm going to turn this around and show you my top 5 in value. Hold that right there. Top 5 in value Mantles. This is kind of my Mantle box over here, and I tend to keep a lot of my cards in safety deposit boxes. 2 different banks here in St. Louis and 2 different banks in Kansas City. I just keep things separated. I know it's kind of a pain, but this is definitely my Mantle station here. So let's do my top 5 in value Mantles, and I'll put a little asterisk there that is not a 52 tops Mantle. That these are ones that I've shown. We're going to do ones that I've shown before. My top 5 Mickey Mantles, at least in value. All right, number 5 is my 1952 Bowman. And this is a really nice 7. Beautifully centered. You know what the backs look like, so no need in showing that. So number 5 would be the 52 Bowman Mickey Mantle. Now these supposed prices, it's difficult. You know, I go by VCP and what I've seen, and also based on what I think the eye appeal is of mine and trends and whatnot. But some of these I'm going to show you, there's just not enough data out of there, so I kind of got to extrapolate versus a card of perhaps lower grade that was sold several years ago, but I'll do my best. So number 5 is the 52 Bowman Mickey Mantle. Number 4, this is some quality. Hold on. Nice. Is my 51 Bowman Mantle. I don't know. It looks like my perfect fit does not fit perfect on there. I've had this one forever. It is Premier registration and Premier color, 0 print lines. It's a beautiful copy. The centering's not good. But to be honest with you, in all my Mantles, my regular run, or I would say perfectly centered, albeit I think 1. And this one isn't centered at all, but you know, so it is what it is. So it's a nice copy. So that's number 4, the 51. Number 3, I think, is, I show this any time I have opportunity to, is the 54 Red Heart and a 9, which I think I tried twice to get SGC to bump it to a 9.5. And they passed each time for whatever reason. I think it deserves it. Doesn't have that print line that they all have up there. And yeah, there's some tiny little off registration. See the red along the top of that triangle by the M, but they all have that. But nonetheless, beautiful number 3 that I will never send to SGC. I don't trust them with high value cards. Number 2, I think, yeah, let's do this one. I think this is number 2. The 53-54 Briggs Meats. Impossible card to find. Never thought I would own it. But I do. Several years ago, I've talked about that. I've talked about all these Mantles before, but that's my number 2. Hand cut off a panel. I think Bauer was on the panel with him. This is on the outer part of a pack of hot dogs. She shares the same image, of course, as the Stallmeyer and the Dandy. Spending a little bit of time on them because I just, you don't get to look at them that often. And probably my number 1, I would guess it's really hard with this one because there's just, I think there's only 25 of them graded by any company, and this is like the 4th highest graded with no equal, I think. And the last 54 that I saw sold was a 1 that sold for a lot of cash. So I think that this may be my most valuable Mantle outside of 52 Mantle, 52 tops, I believe. But again, I'm kind of guessing and extrapolating. You never know. Any of these could go at any price at any time. But, to get a number, that means you're not getting the typical soilage that you have on the Stallmeyers. You're not getting the store stamps on it. There's a little bit of wear there at the top. And the oh so fantastic back. Okay, so there, I just can't get enough of this. I have all 3 Stallmeyers. Stallmeyers are 53, 54, 55. The 53 is here. And the 55 is here. There you see some of the typical ink that you get out on the outside of the package. So this 53 is fantastic. So there it is outside the 52 tops. I think my top 5 in value, Mickey Mantles. I will see you guys at the show.